Dinosaur and the word hero sound like a strange combination, and this is especially true when you're talking about the carnivores. But there are some predatory dinosaurs in movies and series that put their own well-being aside for others, and I'll be taking a look at some of these rare individuals. By the way, this list is just my personal opinion, so dear heavens, don't go brawling in the comments. You can say which one you think will be a better fit though. Oh, and by the way, Rexy isn't going to be on this list, just a heads up, because she is not a hero. Rexy has killed more people than the Giga and he was the villain. Rexy is just a neutral. If she's hungry and sees a person, she's just gonna try and eat them, but won't go out of her way to cause carnage like the Indom. With that little rant over, let's get right into it. At number 1, we have Heart from the movie You Are Umasao. Basically, it's about a young Tyrannosaur who was taken in and raised by a female Myosaurus who was banished from a herd after she chose to raise this baby as her own. Heart grew up with his Myosaur mom and brother Light, and things were going fine until Heart stumbled upon what the show calls Big Jaws, which are basically Rexes like he is. He witnesses them hunt a Triceratops and watches as it is killed by One-Eye Baku. He is the ruler of the entire plains. One-Eye Baku also simply dwarfs any other of the Big Jaws in the show. Basically, he sends Heart on his way after he asks for his name, but one of the smaller Big Jaw follow him back and attack his brother Light, which causes Heart to bite off his tail and eat it. After tasting meat for the first time, he attacks his brother Light out of urges and not wanting to hurt anyone else. He leaves his adopted family to live on his own, where he does hunt and becomes one of the strongest predators on the plains. He stumbles upon an Ankylosaurus egg and was thinking of eating the hatchling, but probably due to his herbivorous spirit, he decided to adopt him and name him Umasao. He still hunts and eats meat, but tries his best to raise and even train the baby Anki to defend himself. He then leaves Umasao to fend for himself, which causes him to get beat up by a group of Big Jaws, and when Heart sees this, he geeks out and levels the entire group, even though he knew he would get in trouble with Baku. And he does, as Baku banished him and threatens to basically kill him if he returns. It's at this point where we find out Baku could be Heart's father or is, because the old Big Jaw in the berry place, yes, I'm just gonna call it the berry place, says Heart is a spitting image of Baku when he was young, and when Baku came to visit, the old Rex brings up that Baku lost the egg, which could have been Heart. Heart revisits his old home and tries to warn everyone of the natural disaster that's about to happen. He finds Light, but his mom isn't there and scolds Light for choosing the herd over his mom. He finds her with a new group of hatchlings, which are basically like his younger siblings in their old home. Baku shows up after Heart was trying to leave with his family, and when Baku roars, he basically brings everyone to their knees, except for Heart, but he was still shaken up. He is forced to fight One-Eye Baku, who he is scared of, but after Baku threatens to kill his family, he decides to fight. He held his own pretty well, but then gets beat up to the point of unconsciousness, trying to save his family. Baku lets him and his family leave, however, after his mom vouched for him. Basically, Heart risks his own life trying to save his siblings and mother, even if it meant taking on his own father who was going to kill him. But to be fair, he didn't know that was his dad. Now some of you are going to say, well, Rexy did the same thing. No, Rexy didn't. Rexy doesn't give a damn about people. She only fought within an inch of her life for territorial reasons and got stomped out both times. But there is one Jurassic character who does risk their lives for others. Next on the list is our favorite Velociraptor, Blue. So I think we all know Blue's background. She was raised by Owen, etc. with her siblings. Now she isn't really tamed out, since during the first movie, Owen manages just to keep her and the others in place long enough for him to escape. Later in the movie, when the Indom shows up and convinces the Raptor Pack to start killing people, Blue and the others forget who raised them and attacks everyone. Near the end, Blue remembers Owen as basically her adopted dad and turns against the Indom, which causes the others to. She does this just to protect Owen, since during any other situation I'm sure she would run away. I mean, at first she gets bodied and the other raptors get killed, but then Rexy comes and she also gets beat up, and then Blue comes back and basically saves Rexy too, as they fight the Indominus together, as it is then taken out by the sea salamander. Blue has really gotta love Owen, because can you imagine taking on hybrids that are bigger than you and outclass you in almost every stat except for speed and agility. I mean, she took on the damn Indoraptor just to save Owen and the kid's skin, even though that thing is levels above her. But she manages to kill it, and let's face it, it is kind of plot armor, because what are the chances that that trike skull was under there? throughout the entire Jurassic World franchise, Blue hasn't just saved Owen, but she's also managed to save many different people, and as I said, Rexy too. Because if the Indom was left to live, it would have killed Owen and his crew along with Rexy. And if the Indoraptor was left alive, it would have killed more people because it wasn't tied down to an island. So that's just about it for Blue. It isn't a long description because her heroism is short and sweet, but another female dinosaur has a bit more, and honestly is what Rexy should have been. Finally, we have Fang from the Adult Swim series Primal. It's about a caveman called Spear and a female T-Rex called Fang, who both lost their kids to these red tyrannosaurs and basically bond after, and travel around the world together, fighting zombified sauropods, spiders the size of houses, and eldritch beings that can warp reality and travel through time. Fang has put her life on the line for Spear multiple times, such as fighting a giant spider to save Spear, and saving Spear 2 times from the infected sauropod by preventing him from falling into lava and slowing down so Spear could catch up. She even played dead to make these giant bats take her to their lair, which is hundreds of feet high. I don't know about you, but if that ain't love, I don't know what is. Because suppose the bats wanted to make sure she was dead and just dropped her on the ground. Anyway, this is where she finds Spear and tries to fight the giant spider to save him, even though he's the one who ends up saving her. During most of these excursions, Fang and Spear have also helped many others unknowingly. She loves Spear so much that she even killed her own mate for him, even though it was unintentional. She later on also manages to become close to a slave called Mira, and has risked her life for her too on a couple of occasions. She also helped save hundreds of slaves from the Egyptian queen. In the end, when Spear died, she stayed close to his kids and along with her kids helped continue Spear's legacy. You can see at the end of the series how she looks up at Spear's daughter, who also rides hers. It more than likely brought back memories of her own adventures with Spear when he was alive. The entire series she has put her life on the line for Spear and later on for others, which goes to show her goodwill. So that just about wraps this up, proving that there are dinosaurs that are willing to put their own lives at stake for the ones they truly love, unlike some dinosaurs that just fight others for their own benefit. Now again, I am sorry for the voice. I am sick as of recording this, and I know the combination of a sick voice and a bad mic isn't that pleasing, but don't worry, next video it should be back to normal. Also, this video is a bit shorter than usual and it'll be longer than the next one. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.